Hey everyone, this is our last lesson, looking at credit cards, where we're going to be looking at fees and charges on credit cards. And basically, what this lesson is going to be is a little bit of revision of compound interest. Remember our compound interest formula looks something like this, where PV is the starting amount. FV is the final amount. PV and FV are written like this because they stand for present value and final value. R over here is the interest rate. And N is the time periods. Now remember, when we're looking at credit cards, the interest is pretty much always compounded daily, so the time periods will pretty much always be 365. Whoops. And don't forget, we also have to change the yearly interest rate into the daily interest rate. So it's often going to look like that. Here are some examples of some of the kinds of fees and charges that you get on credit cards. It's not super important for you to remember this list. It's just kind of important for you to recognize that there will be fees and charges. And exactly what they are will usually be given to you in the question. So let's jump straight into an example. Our friend Hillary here has a debt of $6,000 on a credit card with an interest rate of 14.75% per annum, and it compounds daily. She decides to transfer the balance to a new card with no balance transfer fee for 6 months. However, after 6 months, the new card reverts to an interest rate of 19.75% that compounds daily. At the end of 1 year, 12 months, is she better off? Okay, so we need to calculate how much she needs to pay on the first card. So let's do that. We're using our compound interest formula. And we're just substituting in the values. Her debt is $6,000. The interest rate is 14.75, and don't forget, we're converting it into the daily interest rate, and the time periods are 365. And we just put this line exactly as it is straight into our calculator. And if you round your answer off to 2 decimal places, it should look something like this. Okay, so after 1 year, her $6,000 debt has increased to almost $7,000. Now, let's look at the new card. Now, in this case, she's actually not paying any interest for the first 6 months. So when we do our calculations for the new card, these two numbers are not going to be 365. Well, sorry, this one is going to still be 365, but this number here now is not going to be 365. It's actually going to be half of 365, or 182.5. Right, so the second card, the calculation is going to look like this. The starting amount is still the same. The interest rate now is 19.75. Sorry, 0.1975. And We still have to divide it by 365 because we still want the daily interest rate. But our time periods now have changed to this number. And we put this into our calculator again, and if you round it off to 2 decimal places, it should look something like this. That's how much her debt will be on the new card after a year. So let's look at how much money she saved. We'll just subtract the balance of the new card from the balance of the old card. And that's going to be $330.82. So that's how much better off she is if she gets the new card. Alright, so yeah, you guys are going to have a couple questions to do. I think there's only 3. But yeah, there'll be similar sort of scenarios to this. Something will be happening with a credit card debt. You'll probably have to use this formula. But just make sure you read the question so you know exactly what is happening with the fees and charges. Yeah, thanks guys.